All right, hey everybody, we are actually in the eye wall of a slightly stronger Ada. It is unbelievable. Whipping here.
This old job is always causing stress.
I'm tucking the truck here perfectly.
All I ever do is work. I don't get no rest.
Man, I got some video footage.
Night is on the way.
Crazy. Let me see if I can get outside.
Down in trouble one.
You just wouldn't believe how much rock in the truck is. Oh shit.
Oh, man, drunk donkey, IPA. Let that magic mango chase my blues away.
We're in the eye of Ada here in Key Largo.
Among my friends.
Tremendous amount
Mike's where the page goes live.
coming in. Currently, I'm semi-protected here by my truck, so no worries. But semi-protected. I don't want to get the camera wet, but man, the trees beside me are completely sideways.
Friend uptown. Said things were bad when he was
I'm not sure what the gusts are, but definitely this is the tropical storm. I think we're seeing a little higher gusts. I got the back turned right now and trying to keep the camera from getting wet. We're in Key Largo. We're in the eye of Ada. All right, what's that? Everybody dancing. Taco Tuesday. Who's eating tacos tonight? I love our Tijuana flats here at home. I love taco bowls with beef. Pretty cool. All right, looks like everything's working on my end. I had to hit the buttons the last second. I'm a one-man band with a dog on my lap and streaming to 4 platforms. It's kind of hard to make sure everything works in my 3 little minute window. Here, there's a rocket launch going on right now. Mary Carol, is there a rocket launch right now? Had rain this morning. Who had rain this morning? We had rain here in Oldsmar. Nice little brief downpour. Very brief, but it was very hard. Oh, there is a rocket launch. You know, my mom and dad took me to the first space shuttle. I saw the first space shuttle. I got a picture of me watching the first space shuttle launch. I think there was a couple delays. What's up, Mr. Bill? Got them Rays, man. Rays are in playoff hunt. What's up, Harold? How's Idaho? Taco Tuesday without the potatoes. What's up, Dan from Cozumel? We go there quite a bit. I don't know what to do there, but we go there. Good morning, Eric. Rain in Spring Hill. Yep, you had them showers coming across. What's up, Richard Reamer? What's up, McShadow? Yeah, he is the man. Not a lot to talk about. Tropics. Kind of talk about. I do have a couple things I want to talk about, so don't leave me. Good morning, Gene from Chiefland. All these little towns in Florida. Drove through them my whole life. Never really thought about them. Just drive through them. Kind of like fly over states or fly through cities in US 19. And ever since Idalia and tornadoes, and now Debbie, I feel like I know those cities more than my hometown. Steenhatchee and Keaton Beach and Horseshoe and Cedar Key, Chiefland, Perry, all those little towns. David Reitman. Yep, Reitman. Dust coming. Dust coming. What's up, Ronnie? Oh, man. Louis, wake up. Let's do that, Dan. That's a date. All right. Well, this is our daily brew. This is Mike from Mike's Weather Page. I am a blogger, social mediaologist. Our 20th year of Mike's Weather Page started back in 2004. We started doing our daily brew in 2016. And it's been a wild ride. We've been through a lot of hurricanes together. A lot of weather together. I got a lot of great supporters that allow me to do what I love. Like Jimmy Buffett says, I love my summer job. ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, one of those, which I'm going to in about an hour and a half here in Hillsborough Avenue as we get ready to go to Daytona. Anybody going to Daytona? We're heading to Daytona. I really like to thank Mother Nature. I bought my Daytona ticket. There was a spot that opened up on Lake Lloyd. My buddy over there, Josh, knew that I needed one because I gave him up years ago. And I planned on not going. I said, into August, busy season. The numbers are through the roof. I ain't going to get to go to Daytona, but I'm going to buy that ticket because I want to have it in my name so I can buy it next year. Well, guess what? There's Zippo coming this next week. So I told Julie, I said, let's go. So Sarah's coming home from school today, and we're taking off and going to Daytona. So I can't believe we have no yellow circles, no orange circles, no red circles. But that's good, right? We know there's going to be storms coming again one day. Just not this week. But got some exciting things coming up, maybe C2. We're going to keep everybody up to date. We got a meet and greet, one of their stores, maybe down there on the Florida East Coast. Thanks to my good friends at TBBC. We got our Spaghetti Model IPA coming out very soon next month. So watch for that details. It's going to be the coolest West Coast IPA on the planet. Tropical IPA. I always take my computer, Bill, 100%. I always take my computer. I got a mobile setup everywhere I go now. I got 2 laptops, Starlink, cameras, microphones. We can go live any place, anywhere, anytime, right? But Nancy, yeah, we're a little sad. Emily's not going because she's got college now. But she'll be coming over Friday, so it's gonna be weird not seeing Emily there, but that's all right. We do got our pool though, so come by and you can jump into our little pool. That's the one thing about Daytona. Everybody buys portable pools and goes swimming. And I won't leave our site probably the whole day. That's for sure. All right, we're gonna talk weather here in a few more minutes. Promise you that. I did want to share this though. So a lot of y'all know I got turned around on the way to Bermuda, American Airlines. I reached out. I don't know the refund. I don't fly very much, but the plane had mechanical issues and they had to go back. That was their official word. So I turned around over the Bermuda Triangle. But anyway, we made it home safe and sound. It was a blessing too because the flight leaving home Sunday was delayed and I would have got stuck in Philadelphia an extra day and who knows how I would have got home. So, but this company, Black Seal Gosling's, expected me to be in my Airbnb. And they left me this unbelievable gift pack in Bermuda. And I didn't get to see it. So big thanks to over on X, the Black Seal. You can check them out. But, all good things happen in the end. And my good friends Brandon Clement from Weather Chasing and Jonathan Petramala, Mr. Storyteller there, were able to use the Airbnb. And they got to enjoy. And I got sent very many texts with them enjoying this stuff. Just rubbing it in. But that was thoughtful. I wanted to share that. So thank you. Another time. But it's a cool story. And the island's getting back to normal. So luckily they weren't hit too bad. Very little damage. They're built pretty tough over there. Here's Hurricane Ernesto. Did you know that it's still a hurricane? I cannot believe it. Crazy, right? Look how far north that is. It's passing Newfoundland. I took so much time to practice saying Newfoundland. Any Newfoundland people in there? Am I doing okay? Newfoundland. Is that good? Newfoundland. What's up, Russell Petey? How are you doing? I like that. What's up, Penny? Oh, Nick Hill, is that how you say your name? Married in Sarasota Labor Day weekend. Hey, good for you. But hey, that's a little too far away. But hey, congratulations. Right? Good. This is amazing. So if you're a science, into really numbers and stuff, we have a record year almost of ACE. I never really get into ACE. That's accumulated energy in the Atlantic. So even though we've had 5 storms, there's been a record number of ACE right now, which is showing you how powerful the storms have been. So they haven't impacted a lot of folks. Beryl did, obviously. Debbie did. But we've had a lot of ACE. But that's where we're at. What's up, James from Bradenton? Corey Bell. What's up, Mr. Dave Waters? What's up there, Yulee, Florida? Miss Susan? All right, let's put you down, Louie, because you're falling asleep. He's so excited. Watch this. Tell me dogs don't know English. Ready? Watch. All right, he's going to be really loose right now. Just kind of laid back. Watch. Louie, want to go camping? Do you want to go camping? Do you want to go camping? What do you guys want to go camping? Want to go? We'll go camping? Daytona? I'll go camping. That's awesome. So anyway, all right. So it's going bye-bye. I took it off the website, took it off the app. So there you go. That was a 5 a.m. update. Here's an interesting graphic. This is Tomer Berg site. By the way, you know what this means, long-time MWPers. What does this mean when I have this cup? So here's a current water temperature map, which is I find a little interesting because, man, this water is freezing. Usually 26, 27, 28, about as low as you can go Celsius. This thing's over 20 degrees Celsius water, and it's still a hurricane? Well, look at the anomaly first off. The water anomaly is way hotter than normal that far north. And it's had a couple spiraling bands that have kept that inner core tight and warm. But the fact that it's over 20 degrees Celsius waters right now, and but the water anomaly is warmer than normal. So, but it might make a record maybe. I don't know. I was reading it could be like a record for height. That's the farthest north hurricane we've ever had. Here's what it looks like right now. So. Nothing else. We don't have any circles. We have nothing. Today's August 20th, though. We are going to talk about that. A very symbolic day in hurricane tracking, and I'll tell you why in a second. Okay, yep, time to do the dishes, Jennifer Shaw. Bob, you're right. Little house cleaning yesterday, and they put my, they don't need to wash my cups. I mean, come on, it's my coffee every day. Why do you wash the cups? I don't care. Whatever. Tara's talking about the Ireland game. I think it won't be there yet. Maybe after. But have fun. Holy cow. Are you going? What's up, Braxton? Hey, I got your text over on X, man. Appreciate that. I didn't see it till a day later, but you know where it was a year ago today? Yesterday, actually. I'm a day behind. I wanted to share this. I still think it's fascinating. So, rewind, 88 mile an hour. Hey, I thought this was funny. So Sarah today, right? I spilled a little coffee. I said, Sarah, go get me a napkin. So you know what kind of napkins we still have? This is funny. This is what we got in the kitchen. Now tell me how many of y'all have the same napkins in your kitchen. Ready? We always buy so many holiday stuff that we end up just using it all year. I think we just ran out of Halloween stuff, so now we're back to Christmas napkins. It's Christmas in August. All right, look at this. This is last year. This is crazy. Check this out. Bam! That was a year ago yesterday. We haven't had that all year. I mean, that is crazy. That was what we were looking at last year this time. There was 5 storms brewing. That's crazy. All kinds of stuff popping last year. And it was El Nino. Wasn't supposed to be active. Now we don't have any crayons. The NHC must, Amazon must be out of crayons because NHC, we're going to talk about Daytona, Steven. It's going to be juicy. Sorry to tell you. Not all the time, but Steven says a hurricane on the 27th near the coast. Other websites are showing. What? Who is showing that, Steven Best? Woo! Other websites. Oh my goodness. That is something we got to look into. I don't know, Stephanie Stokes. Not sure what storms they became. But I need to do my homework. Maybe some of them might have fizzled them out. Yeah, all the crayons melted in Texas. Christine just mentioned. Did you see they did a Louisiana test yesterday with crayons and how they all melted in the sun. Hey, by the way, shout out to my good buddies at Lodging Solutions, Bolton Holdings. Look at that. Today was a bad hair day, so I feel like a NASCAR driver with my sponsors. Oh, activity, yeah. The golf, I don't know. We'll talk about it. There is some buzz about. I just don't see it. Well, they're looking into it, but I don't see anything right now cooking. Trust me. If I did, I'd talk about it. If there is something, then I'm wrong. But I've been looking hard, and I have a method to my madness, and I really digest and wait and research a lot before I'll start mentioning areas of interest. I used to just put it all out there. And there's some that do that, and people like that, but I've gotten boring in my old age, I guess. Oh, Weatherman Plus. Huh. Is that Brian? That's interesting. I don't know. We'll look at it. So here's what I wanted to show you. This is on X, but Philip Glotzback posted this a couple years ago, and I always bring it up. So there was a very famous meteorologist, Dr. Bill Gray, and he used to ring a bell every year on August 20th. So if you ever seen the phrase, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell, it's really amazing. That's when a lot of diehard hurricane forecasters believe the hurricane season starts. It's today, August 20th. Because historically, 2/3 of all Atlantic activity happens starting now to October 10th. So today is a big day for longtime hurricane followers. Ring the bell. A lot of forecasters say the real season starts today. That's when the conditions typically begin for significant stuff. So Barrow was an anomaly, But anyway, a little tidbit for the day, a little knowledge, right? I thought that's cool. So today's the day, August 20th. We'll see. All right, let's look at some anomaly maps. Let's look at the tropics. All right, so really stretching it here. I mean, let's look at some 10-day, 15-day. See if there's any areas. So let's go out a week. All right, this is your European ensemble map, okay? We look for trends. We look for things changing. We look for conditions to change. And right now, man, looking at next week, all next 7 days, couple waves try to plop off of Africa north of the Cape Verde Islands. That is not a very favorable area for storms to develop. There's a little more cooler water. There's a lot of dust still. But 7 days, man, there's nothing. Remember, there's 51 members of the Euro, so you would want to see a bunch of them start thinking on an idea. And then we look at other models. Then we look at, don't just look at this and say, this is what it is. But this is, all right, so then we go 10 days. Now, what do we see here? This is August 30th, 29th. So, what we could be seeing here is this. These are not working out very well. But then we're starting to see signs that a couple get off of Africa and maybe try to start developing a week plus. That's indicating a little bit lower exiting waves, a little more traditional between 10 and 15 degrees. So we're starting to see that long range. Whether or not it happens or not, we'll see. But then we go to 15 days and you can just start to see all kinds of stuff pop. So, this is 2 weeks from now almost, but we're starting to see a couple ensembles, not a lot. And then we see another wave over here. So, the next week, very little. The next 10 days, maybe a couple waves start to pop. Then we get to a little bit past 10 days, we could start to see some here for the islands, which would be the 29th. So there's not a lot, man. 1 out of 51 here on the 29th. Then we fast forward here to the 15 day, and you got a few more. You got a 956 low here, 969. So subtle signs that as we leave August and the first part of September, we can start to see some of these try to come. And of course, a lot of it depends on this high. How strong it is, how far west they go, do they recurve? These are all questions nobody knows. All right, let's go to the GFS ensembles, which isn't a bad model anymore. So I'm very happy that we can extend our daily brew to take time to look at the GFS. Tropical Storm Andrew. Oh, boy. Yep. That was 32 years ago. They were talking about Tropical Storm Andrew. 92. Jane, that's Little Hunter. Harold, the Pacific is cooking, yes. Remember, we got no live the rest of the week. We'll be live the following Monday. Brian, yep. Oh, cool. Michael Jones. Hey, it's all good, man. I like them all. I like Brian. Me and him are friends. He and I are friends. Dennis and I are friends. Do you know that? Me and Dennis are friends. He sent me a picture yesterday with one of my koozies on his boat. Thought that was pretty cool. All right, double Z do. All right, 7 days on the GFS. Look at that. Exactly what we've been talking about. So these little guys are not doing anything, but then we're getting signs that 7 days from now we could see a wave trying to stick. Now notice the Gulf not doing anything. There's been a lot of chatter. Lingering cold fronts sometimes can produce sneaky Gulf systems. I agree. We got a lot of wind shear because of a high pressure that could create hostile conditions. But right now the Gulf's not showing anything. Until it does, I'm not going to make it up until we start seeing some sort of better conditions. But I pointed out every show that lingering fronts sometimes can produce something. But 7 days on the GFS, 10 days out, starting to see signs again. So again, around the 28th, 29th, if there were to be something in the Caribbean, 28th, 29th would be somewhere around there for you all. Go out 15 days, and again, there's a few. And if you notice, it's the same as the Euro. You got some school of thinking here, and you got some school of thinking here. So we could have one going a little more west. We could have some doing a little recurve. So that there is signs. First part of September, we could see something brewing. This is definitely a trend that I will pay attention to. Likely, if this happens this afternoon in the Euro and GFS show, then I'll probably post about it. But there are a few, ensembles on both the here's the GFS. Showing a few, not a lot. There's 31 members of the GFS, but we're starting to see a few. And we go back to the Euro and kind of zoom in on the golf for the Euro. 15 days out, there's 3 or 4. So just no worry, but you get to see the models are starting to think a little bit more, right? Main operational runs, it's always worth to look at. Let's take a look at tropicaltidbits.com. Everybody go up there and support tropicaltidbits.com. Up here, he's got a support page if you use this page a lot. I do, very proud to do so for several years now. Cassandra's watching the new Twister movie. Let me tell you, Cassandra, that's a hell of a lot more exciting than me. El Nino. I can never roll my tongue. Anybody going to Daytona? I'll be in the infield. Come by and say hey. Come by for a koozie. Koozie and a shot. All right, so we're going to look at the last 2 runs of... I wonder what the hell ad details removed. That's weird. I got my ad block on again. Here's a little trick. I've been using ad block for years. And for some reason in Chrome lately, it's been really slowing down my computer. And I turned it off. Man, my computer's back brand new again. So I don't know if there's been an AdSense update, but man, it was bogging down my Chrome so bad. Not only Chrome, Firefox, and but anyway, it's back to normal. So if you see a weird ad on my page, let me tell you a little trick about ads too, by the way. Ads are kind of based on what you search, right? So you gotta be careful with Google ads. They'll pop in things sometimes you don't want maybe somebody to see. Luckily, mine's showing Tesla parts because my wife has a Tesla. I have another one way down here. Oh, and I got a PDF tool because I do a lot of PDF stuff. I don't even know what that ad is. And I think I got one more. Oh, and Starlink. 3 out of 4, man. Home run, Google. All right. I got stories to tell, but this is a G-rated show. Cool, Steven. Almanac, yeah, I never read the Almanac, Linda, but you know what? A lot of folks do. I can't knock it because there's a lot of people believe in the Matt, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just got to update it. I don't care. It doesn't really bother me. Actually, it doesn't bother me. All right, so these are blue pressures. Blue pressures are low pressures. High pressure is orange. We got a front line, obviously, dipping down. That's going to be the story of the week. We're going to talk about the rain in Daytona, so bear with me as the phone rings. I got the phone back on again, probably new car warranty. I don't have a new car, though. All right, so we got a little blob here. This is interesting. So there's a tropical wave making its way through, and this is going to end up curving up towards Florida this weekend and bring more juice. There's our frontal line lingering Wednesday tomorrow. Some theory it was going to break off and maybe form in the Gulf, but just not seeing it. High pressure above, bringing a lot of wind shear. Here's that tropical wave Friday, and it kind of gets pulled up into Florida this weekend. That's going to bring additional juice. Now we're going to start looking down the road here. This, remember I was saying about the 28th, somewhere around the islands. So there's kind of the 29th, so probably the same thinking. A little slower. This is that second one that I think the ensembles were picking on. This is the one that's going to recurve. Oh, God. Bermuda. What's up with Bermuda? Maybe I shouldn't have asked for a refund from my rental car. This would be the 5th. So remember the ensembles were showing 2 areas. Something around here and then something around here. This is the second one that the GFS is picking up on. We still have an unknown here as we enter September. But that's pretty strong. That I didn't even look at them this morning. But that's definitely that ensemble trend that we've been seeing. That goes a long way out too. So now let's look at the 28th. I'm going to leave it at the 28th, about right here, because the first wave is the one that it seems like if there's something around the islands, this one would have a better chance to go west. So let's look at the AI, and again, nothing in the Gulf. Weak low. If anything, by the end of the week, this is great. If that frontal line can back up and push itself into Texas, it would definitely cool things off for y'all because it's hot. AI showing this here the 29th, 30th. Low pressure, no develop. Well, there's that second one. So there are two things brewing, I'm telling you. It's going to be interesting to look at the 12Z models. We have two things out there really starting to catch my eye. Something here, something here. This is the 29th. The AI brings the second one a little lower. This is the second, but the GFS is a little to the north. Right there. So, interesting. All right, let's look at the main Euro 00Z run on the 29th. Doesn't really go out that far, unfortunately. There's one there, but then it pulls it straight north. But the idea is there's something here the 28th. That lingering front here pushes up into Texas Thursday, Friday. No development. High pressure ends up swinging around. So this high pressure ends up dominating and pushes whatever into Texas. But no development likely. All right, let's look at the Canadian. And let's go to 28th. Oh, yeah, look at that. I tell you what, man. If I had to give a home run this year to a model that sniffed out tropical areas to watch, is the Canadian. This is everything in a nutshell. There's our system 28. There's that second one. I'm really curious here where they take them. This is the one that I think could get sneaky. This one looks like it's trending a little more north. You see? It's not showing organized, but it's showing it there, and that's vorticity. You know, weak vorticity, but still something to kind of keep an eye on. You can see it right there. See it right here. Focus on the vorticity right here. You can see it go right through the islands right there. That is the one that could get sneaky. A little bit of juice going up into Texas there next Tuesday, but that's nothing. You can see our lingering frontal line. This is Thursday. And whatever ends up, there is some weak low on the tail end of our front here. But as you can see, this high pressure dominates, and it'll eventually just shove whatever back into Texas. And if anything, let's take a look at moisture maps for Texas here. Let's see what we got later in the week. So, see that? This is Monday, but look at that. So that old front shoves back into Texas. So you're probably going to get over the weekend into early next week. That lingering front's going to pop up into Texas there. That's been showing up really well. See that little blob? Bloop. That's next Monday. Bloop. Bloop. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Bloop. 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 All right. Cool. Let's go look at the icon. It doesn't go out very far, but it'd be kind of fun to see how far it goes out. I don't even know how far it goes out. Does it go 27? No, not yet. But hey, a little bubble. There's our little bubble, 27th. All right. Well, there's interesting little thing ahead we need to watch. I have a feeling that's some weak model support on something possibly trying to get going. Let's go look at that UK model. Then we'll look at Daytona. Karen, thank you very much. What do I like more than GFS? Yeah, Bob, the AI is new. Yeah, Helen, great question. So and you know who taught me about the Euro AI? My good buddy Dennis Phillips. He told me it's It's a literal AI model that uses past storm data that the Euro has collected in its database, and it spits out scenarios based on history more than anything. So it takes a look at where we're at, what storms have done in the past, and this is what it is. Because history does repeat itself. Proven fact. But pretty fascinating model. All right, UK. Let's take a look at the UK. And then we'll look at the Korean model. I can never remember how to spell UK. All right. That's a joke. Was it? No one will ever know. All right, this doesn't go out very far, 168. But let's look at the 28th. Yeah, this is 26. Well, you can see what's going on here. Right there, that's 26. A little low pressure starting to pop. I know you can't see it very good there. You might be able to see it better right here. It's just a weak wave, but you can see a little spin right here in the 26. So, all right, let's look at the Korean and see what it's showing here. And it goes out pretty far. Ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, ah. 28th. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. Whew, man. Whew. Thank you, Beth Kaplan. He's a good dude. Mike, I've come a long way. How do we do this without the pointer, Shelly? I used to know, and I didn't even have the camera on my ugly mug a long time ago. Well, anyway, the KMA is showing that first wave trying to get going. So not a forecast, but it's very interesting to me. In a nutshell, this is what we got. I think we got two areas about the same time frame, possibly brewing, and this is going to be an interesting trend to watch. I don't want to post it yet, but I will after the 12Z maybe. It's not about being first anymore, is it? I used to feel like I needed to be first, and I think a lot of weather people do the same thing. But when you post first and you're wrong half the time, then, I don't know, you get kind of, I don't know. Should I post it or should I? Should I wait to get a little more model clarity? Oh, of course my MWPs say that. Hey, let's talk about Daytona real quick before I lose everybody. By the way, I should wait, Katie. Oh, you got a great. I like your style. We should wait. Go my gut, Tammy. My gut says wait. But you all here heard it first. All right, let's do this for me, all right? Since we got like 8 people watching. If it does happen, today is 8/20, the day we rang the bell. All right? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. And yeah, I have pants on, thank God. I just looked. All right, so here we go. All right, so Shelly, remember this date. How many minutes in are we? We're at 9:58. It's August 20th. We ring the bell. Early August, we could have something coming towards the southeast U.S. That's what we'll start doing on the Daily Brew. I'll mention it before I post it. But don't post if I'm wrong. Only post if I'm right. Anyway, I do want to show you this. So Brian McNulty here. All right, 2 things. One is the dust. All right, let me get on my soapbox here. Pre-season predictions. Oh my God, I love it. I love you all. I love the passion. I love the ones that think that, the forecasts are busts. Maybe they are. But the one thing that I've seen over the years you cannot predict is dust. Dust was supposed to be gone in July, and we've had a very persistent August in dust. So, big reason that a lot of these Atlantic waves have not happened is we've had a lot of dry air. And we've seen waves overnight just fizzle. Dry air is hard to predict. The other thing that's hard to predict are these cold fronts. Ever since Debbie, I was one too talking about a very strong Bermuda high. Debbie came along. All of a sudden, the Bermuda high is gone, and we got all this weird activity going on, and fronts coming down, and wind shear. Fronts bring wind shear down, so that chops off. The Western Atlantic and Gulf get bad conditions. So, yeah, it's hard to predict, but it's August 20th. We'll see what happens now. Really historically, the dust is gone. Ocean heat content, this is very concerning to me. And I don't like to say words like concerning, but the Gulf has reached a record high ocean heat content as far as temperature goes. That's dating back to 2013, okay? 13 to 23 average is the blue line. That is the amount of hot water below the surface. That's fuel. And August 20th, we are above all records for that 10-year span. Now, who knows what it was before that? I agree. Back in 12, 15, it could have been a lot hotter. I don't know. But I'm just talking about recent. It is hot. We've had a lot of bad hurricanes in the Gulf of Mexico in that stretch from 13 to 23. That's actually an 11-year spread, by the way. Everybody use your fingers. How many years is 13 to 23? Ready? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. But anyway, it's hot. And August 20th today, it's reading even hot. So we get anything going in the Gulf later season, it's not going to take much for this to rapidly intensify. And that is not hype. Trust me. I got plenty of data to prove that it is not hype. Rapidly intensifying hurricanes in the Gulf of Mexico, they don't need more than 2.5 days to go from tropical storm to Cat 5. 3 days. Hell, we saw with Otis last year. So we want wind shear. We want these frontal lines. Frontal lines bring in a lot of wind shear. There's some wind shear maps showing you vorticity, but this high pressure is going to dip down. It's actually pretty light in the Gulf right now. I'm surprised. I didn't think it was that light. But it's not very consistent. There's all kinds of winds coming at all different directions. So there's our dipping front line right now. But anyway, at least the conditions aren't very favorable in the Gulf right now. So, all right. So I posted this one earlier. Let me clear out here. Rainfall. All right, let's talk about what's coming. Brianna wants to know about the Keys. Should you be okay? Well, listen, nobody knows that. You never cancel a trip that far out. Carolyn, great question. Vorticity is the spin in the atmosphere. So normally they look at a couple different layers. The 850 millibars lower, 500 millibars more middle level. 250 is your jet stream. So you want to have stacking. You want to have lower levels spinning with middle levels, and that's when you get the rotating thunderstorms and a lot of uprising. Now we do have a very favorable MJO cycle coming, which right here. Anybody that knows anything about history and weather is when we get one of these green, long phased MJO passing through, this lasts all the way through September. Now, I am not going to hype this at all, but that is a lot of green all the way to the end of September. You really don't want one of these phases over the Atlantic basin in our September. So this is another reason that we could be really looking at some serious activity popping if everything else lines up. Takes a lot to the puzzle, but that's one of them. All right, here's your rainfall maps through next week. And basically it's just showing you nobody else is getting anything. That front line is about as defined as you're ever going to see. And that means this is all dry air behind it for like a week. That's incredible, right? Look at that. I mean, we're talking very, very, very isolated rain. This is through the 28th. Is that even possible? No rain anywhere but Florida and lower Georgia and maybe coastal parts here. Coastal parts is due to the morning and afternoon sea breezes, but look at that. So Florida, unfortunately, is going to be dealing with very random rains off and on. When I use these blend of models, it's not ever really showing you isolated amounts. It's just showing you the general thought process of all the models. And all the models' thought process is there's going to be a lot of juice. It's going to be very moist. Very moist. The air is going to be very moist. And that's not good for Daytona. That means it can rain at any time, any place. That's just the way it goes. You know, I showed this map yesterday. It's a very secretive map that I think everybody should enjoy right there. NWS folk. And I had a fan email that to me. So whoever emailed that to me last year, thank you. So you zoom out to where you want to look at, and it's a very detailed map for your area. So let's click on it, and you can see all kinds of stuff. So unfortunately, precipitation, 58% today, Daytona, 54 tomorrow, 71 Thursday, 73 Friday, 74 sets. So the Air Titans better have a lot of fuel, because that's a lot of rain percentages because of that. And let me show you why. This is so crazy to see. All right, so red is 2 inches or plus. This is precipitable water in the atmosphere, your PWAP values. And anytime you get 2 inches, that's considered pretty heavy. That means the atmosphere is very wet, thick. It does not take a lot for that to fall down. So anytime you see red, that just means general precipitation chances are going to be higher. And you can see this lingering front. This is tomorrow. Just going to hang out. You don't know if it's going to go a little lower, that's, the only good news is they could go a little lower, a little higher. It's following Interstate 4, but you really don't know where it's going to set up at. And then look at this right here. Right here. Look at this. Right here. This is a tropical wave. It's red also. Juice. Now look at it comes into play. This is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. See how that works? And here's probably what they're talking about in the Gulf of Mexico. Focus right here on this little guy right here. This is that tail end of the front later in the weekend. See that spin up into Texas? So, not showing any development, but it could bring some rain in Louisiana, Texas there early part of next week as our tail of our front backs up. And so that's what we talked about yesterday, and that's what I'm seeing again today. So, kind of sucks. Just, you can't, it doesn't mean you're going to get it. It could be, it might be isolated on and off. It just means rain chances are going to be greater because of that. Here's that system coming into play. This is the 29th. Oh yeah, this is the one we're watching right here. This is the one that could be interesting. When that's the second one. I don't know which one that one is. That might be the one that's pulling up. So the KMA and everybody's got something here around the 28th, 29th, and then so there's two spots we're watching here. It's gonna be really interesting on the Euro. Let me go back to that last point here, looking at the Euro ensembles and looking at the GFS ensembles. So if we go to actual spaghetti here, and I thought it was right here. What the hell? This one. Oh, it's over here on this side. Why would it be over here? All right, well, let's look at this one first. It's Tropical Atlantic. So there you go. This is the 29th. So you got two areas here, kind of here on the 29th. This is the one that looks like it could be sneaky trouble. This one looks like it could lift a little bit. But we're already seeing on the Euro ensembles, which we didn't see yesterday. And then my SpaghettiOs. Oh, where's my 6Z ones at? What's going on here? Why is I not seeing this? Oh, here we go. Is that it? There we go. All right, SpaghettiOs. SpaghettiOs. All right, Tropical Atlantic. So let's go out to 28th. There's one. And we got that second wave. So you kind of see what's going on here. This is the first. This should be the. If I was to post a graphic. Well, no. I would do this. And then this one would be like that. So there's two areas here around the 1st of September. Somewhere in this little red area here. This could be, and it's not because the Euro's showing it. It's because the KMA showing it. UK showing it. GFS is hinting on it. Canadians hinting on it. Hinting on it. Sandra, you're right. Every Daytona race, it seems like it rains. I don't know what's going on with that. Crazy. All right, let's leave it on our cruise here. Shelly, what was the name of that drink? So our 4th annual cruise is coming up. Today is a great day to call Kim Shipley, okay? We're 3/4 full on our MWP Cruise 2025 on our brand new Utopia. So if you're a big cruiser, every time we go on one of these things, I meet double the amount of fans that are not on our group that didn't even know about our group. So, but we're so excited. It's June this year, not spring break. Emily's got softball that week, and we're going to do the first week of June. Officially kicking off 2025 hurricane season on a boat. Is that in Bush, flipping on the back straightaway with his blue AC Delco car. Tyler, chances of popping up in the Gulf are very, 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 very low. Okay, I just don't see it right now. Green over India is most favorable for Atlantic. Okay, yeah, you're right. It's what it is. But that's a hint of what's coming. And like I said before, when the Pacific's hot, the Atlantic's not. And here's your Pacific. And this typically means that action's fixing to spread over the Atlantic. And here's the Invest 90E. Let's take a look at that real quick for Hawaii. It might be going a little to the south, but Hawaii is definitely interested. So we got a 90E. There's a little trend to the south of the Big Island. So there's a storm out there that could potentially, by the end of the week, get near Hawaii 5 days out, somewhere right here. So that's something to keep an eye on. Most of the development's keeping it kind of weak. A couple of them are bouncing into Category 1 range. Usually the waters are cold out there, but still pretty close. Good thing is the trend is now a little to the south, which means you could still have effects here as this thing rotates counterclockwise up towards the island. 5 days from now would be this weekend, pretty much. So Friday, Saturday. Potholed twice. Lydia, what's up? Good morning. Oh, thanks, Kane. Yeah, well, I got a good buddy. He does all my shirts and stuff. Dusty Kemp. There you go. All right. What else can we talk about? Any questions? Let's answer questions. What's up, Mr. Ian? How's Jamaica going? But right now things are quiet. Scott, yeah, it's pretty odd. The Pacific should have been less active than the Atlantic, but it's still a long way to go. Oh, Jake, no problem, man. We love tracking tropics together. Harold, I get my vorticity toy, but Brianna's again on the Keys. Just keep an eye on. I mean, just know there's a chance September 1st in the Keys always, but this one could be tricky. I mean, I'm really curious looking at runs here. Lisa, yep, the dust has kept tropics quiet. Lambs, I do want to. Oh, it's the Utopia of the Seas there, Braxton. I think I'm going to do a shirt with all of our little slogans and letters and stuff. Tyler wants to know what causes a hurricane to pop up in the Gulf versus when it forms. First off, hurricanes take you need an area of low pressure. So usually what would happen, Tyler, would be a crossover from the Pacific, which I'm glad you mentioned. Let's take a look here if any of these Pacific no. And then, what was it, Gilma? No. So we've had crossovers in the Pacific before. That would be a seed. An old front would be a seed, or a tropical wave would be a seed, but then they take time. So they need some source of fuel, and that three things, usually crossover low, leftover front, or a tropical wave. And if it has some sort of lower level spin in it, then you look for light wind shear. And if it has light wind shear and it has a moist environment, then you have the possibility. And we look at lower level, signs, and there's just no definite waves anywhere. So there's really no seeds. Scott wants to know how many more storms in September. Well, officially, we're supposed to have at least 10 or so more. Florida, nobody's predicting Florida. You got to listen to what I say. There's no predictions for anybody right now. Actually, though, good question. If the first wave were to hit Florida, it would be as early as the first or second. And there's no wave in the Caribbean yet. It's all fiction. But just let's take a look at that. GFS ensembles. All right, so here's the one. If we were to watch it, this is what it seems like. If we did have something coming to the southeast U.S., Bahamas, obviously, Caribbean, this would be around the 28th, 29th. A couple little spots starting to pop. And then, if they made it over here, maybe the second, third, maybe, there's some trending a little bit. There's that second wave. This would be the second. I always add a day just to keep it safe. Let's see what the 00Z showed, which would be completely different probably. A little more lower. This would be the second. This would be the first right here. So that's what, the 20th, actually, yeah, the first. If obviously that were to happen. But it's definitely a trend to keep an eye on, is that wave entering around the 28th, 29th, somewhere down here. And the euro is showing the same thing, 28.29. So maybe I will post something later. Here's the 29th. So 28.29, something here could be something to watch. Hey, it's what we do. We watch the tropics. Little League World Series. I've been watching some of that on ESPN. Pretty cool. All right, now we're getting specifics. So that means nobody's. That's too all over the place. No, Brian, we're technically in neutral right now. We looked at it yesterday, Brian, and they're calling for maybe September, October. We officially transition to La Nina. So, yeah. All right, one last little link here. Since we're going to have a few days off, and we're kind of in a slowdown right now. We talked about Progressive yesterday. We talked about Coastal. Let's talk about Furman. We love our Furman crew. So since we're in a lull, we're talking about maybe a storm coming first part of September. You have plenty of time to order now and get it in a couple days. 30% off and free shipping. They're very, very good friends of mine. And they have the largest market share in North America currently. So check them out. You can get them at Lowe's and Costco too. But 30 off free shipping, man. Look at that. Remote start, tri-fuel, But yeah, everybody's always looking for a good deal, right? So they have a special MWP 30 discount. And it's real. It's not fake. And many of our MWPs have purchased Furman's and are very happy. And you know what? If you order online, you get a MWP swag bag of goodies. You mention them that you are MWP and you get free stuff on top of free shipping. You can't beat that. Now, let me give you a little hint here too. You can get refurbished units extremely cheap if you're on a budget. $4.99 plus your discount. Look at this. See this little guy right here? 4,000 watt with an electric start. What happened to the days of doing, cranking that pulley, right? Electric start, dual fuel, propane and gas. You click on it. This doesn't even make sense. Look at the discount. $350. I think we've gone out to eat sometimes and spent more than that. Oh. Anyway. Boy, it's always great speaking and doing our little show. So thank you very much. We got a few days off. Ryan Anderson, thanks, buddy. I feel like Tim the Two-Man Taylor, right? Arr, arr, arr. Mr. Wilson, remember Mr. Wilson hanging over the fence? Nobody ever saw his face ever. That was so fun. All right, we'll be back live Monday. I'll be doing all kinds of updates, and especially if it's raining, you're going to get all kinds of updates. As always, we just won't be live. I'll be doing my little quickie 90-second reels and TikToks. So probably do one this afternoon with this interesting trend developing. Actually, you can't really use one in an apartment complex. You got to keep them 20 feet away from any openings. But you can get an electric 0E that'll run a long time. So, all right. Well, you all have a great day, weekend. If you're going to Daytona, we hope to see you. And we'll keep an eye on the tropics. It's August 20th. Ring the bell. See ya.